Welcome back to Mastering Psychology Now with Damian McSwine. We did a video before on time is an illusion. Time is not real. But here's the thing. Though time is not real in the sense of the universe, because I don't want to confuse you, time may not be real in the sense of the universe, but time is still used as a tool to measure and gauge performance. Why is this important? You worked 8 hours in one day, but your performance was not where it should have been according to your employer. You were with him or her for 6 years, but you guys didn't get married. There was no commitment. That is gauging or testing the performance. Usain Bolt runs a 9.6 100-meter dash, and another guy runs the 100-meter dash in 9.9. So therefore, Usain Bolt wins. We use time to measure, to gauge. Now guess what? We're not off the hook. Though we're not running track, though you may not be at work, though you may not be in a long committed relationship, time is still, you're still going to be gauged by your performance via time. Okay? You are chronologically 30 years old, but yet and still you don't have anything to show for it. Now that's not cause for you to get upset, to get panicked, to get worried. But what I'm simply saying is, though it's not real, you still can't act like it's not real, because you're only allotted in this particular dimension, in this body, you're only allotted a certain amount of seconds, a certain amount of hours, a certain amount of days, a certain amount of weeks, a certain amount of months, a certain amount of years, decades. So that means that we cannot act as though time is nothing, even though it doesn't exist. For the sake of the world, we're gauged, our performance is gauged on time. So what's the purpose of this video? Is that you cannot waste that which technically doesn't exist. You can't waste time. So nothing pains me more than to see individuals that continue to put things off, to procrastinate. To procrastinate means to delay or to put off something for later. People that procrastinate are people that will not get results, are people that will be left behind, especially when you speak about the competitive plane. Procrastination is no good. So therefore, you can't waste your time, but you also can't waste anybody else's time. So what I'm asking you to do is to stop wasting the time in the context of this conversation. Because you know within your heart that you should be further than where you are right now. You know that in your heart, you know that you could be doing more. You know that you could have more. You know that you could be more. To have more, you first have to be more. But it takes the time, and people are running from the time in the sense of the effort, the hours, the energy. That's what we're talking about. It takes time to make $1 million. It takes time to have a great relationship. It takes time to have the body that you want. It takes time to become the businessman that you want. It takes time to become the student that you want, the athlete that you want, the person that you want. And so as the seconds, the minutes, the hours, as they tick, you could be using that time valuable. But what do most people do? They let it go. They feel their time doing this, scrolling, looking at stuff, watching other people's lives, watching other people live their life, being entertained. That is an issue that many people have. They spend so much so many seconds, so many hours, so many weeks, so many months focusing on entertainment, when entertainment is just going to distract you from the things that you want. To be able to move to levels that people can only dream of, you have to be able to say no to the distractions. You have to appreciate the boring stuff. But back to the subject, wasting time is what we're saying. You have a certain amount of years here in this dimension on this planet, and so do other people. So actually, it's a crime against humanity. Check this out. It's a crime against humanity for you to waste someone else's time. How many times have you been in a relationship and you knew that relationship wasn't going anywhere, but you kept people's time? Now, they may have had an expectation of you that maybe they thought it was going to be a serious commitment, or you've been at a job and you knew it wasn't going nowhere. It was a means to an end, as people say. Nothing's perfect, so we have to do what we have to do when we have to do it. But essentially, that's not your time to waste. Someone else's life is not theirs. It's not your time. It's their time. So you can't make the decision for them. This is why being honest and forthright and righteous helps. Because though they may experience temporary disappointment, number one, you've helped your karma because you've been upfront with them. But number two, you've helped them in their life so that those seconds, those minutes, those hours are not wasted. They didn't spend 10 years and get nothing out of it. That's called poor ROI, return on investment, because you are investing the time. Same thing for you. You're in school or you're on a job or whatever it is that you're doing. You got to get the most out of that. You can't waste that, because every day is a new day. And guess what? You're going to feel bad if after all of this time you've done these different things. You were what is it? Don't mistake activity for achievement. You were active, but you didn't achieve anything. So you were just there, but you didn't achieve anything. Stop wasting time. Stop wasting time. You're wasting your time and you're wasting other people's time. You have to be a steward of the moment. And you have to be honest with yourself and honest with people. I know that I don't want to be here, so let me stop this and do something more productive somewhere else. Stop this relationship, no stringing people along, because the prison system takes your time from you. And that's all you would be doing to somebody else. You would be doing like the prison system. Rather than fine you money, what they'll do is they'll take your time and say, give me 20 years for what you did. So what many people are doing is you're taking 2 years and 4 years and 5 years of people's lives that they cannot get back, because you can't get this back. You can't get these seconds back. So you have to immerse yourself, number one, in the moment, because now is all what we have. We know that. Now is the only thing that's real. As you watch this video, now is the only thing that's the only real thing in your life right now. The past is gone. The future has yet to come. So you immerse yourself in the moment. You live in the moment with thoughts of the future, of constructing the future. And two, you stop wasting yours and other people's time. Your life will transform quickly, because you will quickly discard and stop doing what you need not be doing and put yourself towards the thing that you truly desire, towards the person that you truly desire. But if you waste time, you fill the time doing nothing, then in the end, you're going to have nothing. And what people like to do is they make poor decisions, or they stay too long where they shouldn't be, and then they blame that person. But it was you that knew. You knew you wasn't supposed to be on that job for 10 years. Now your shoulders tore up, You got a bad ACL. You got injuries. Now you're on workman's comp. You knew you weren't supposed to sit there for 20 years. But you kept going for fear of change. This is what people do. They waste time for fear of change. But there legitimately is nothing to fear. For most of the things that people don't want to do, it's not worth you being afraid of. It's not worth you being afraid of for switching a job. You make a plan, you save up, you know you hate that job because that's taking toll on you. You know you don't like the relationship. In order for new things to come in, you have to release. So to get the relationship you want, you may have to release the relationship that you have. To get the job that you want or the business that you want, you have to release what you have in your hands. It's that simple. But wasting time, you're committing crimes against humanity, especially when you waste other people's time. So you will be rewarded for telling people the truth, but you'll also be rewarded because the universe likes speed. Be quick, but not in a hurry. Quick, but not in a hurry. You can make the decision quickly, but you're not moving fast. And that's going to do what? Save you time. Why do people take airplanes rather than buses? If they have the money, they prefer to take the plane because they can get those seconds, those minutes, those hours. They can do something else more productive, or at least as they feel, because it's at their convenience. So we want to stop wasting time. There's a lot that you could have done up until this point that you haven't done because of procrastination or because of holding on to things. Steward of the moment. Steward of the moment. The more you live and act right now, the more you'll have the future that you like. Or you'll be closer to it, because living and acting right now, you'll say, oh, I don't like that. You'll discard it. You'll find out what doesn't work. That's the thing. So it's limited. Even though it's not real, it's still limited. The seconds are limited in this particular body. The minutes are limited. The hours are limited. You do what you can now. And you also respect other people's time. And you say, hey, no, I can't do that. If you're going to be there at 5:30, be there at 5:30. If you tell them 5:30, be there at 5:30. Don't come at 6. Because you wasted their time. They were there because of what you told them at 5:30, but then you wasted their time. So now they lost 30 minutes when 30 minutes they could have been doing something else. That's a crime against humanity. It's small, but it's still a crime against humanity. Wasting people's time. And it's a crime against your life, wasting your own time, which is worse, which is the worst thing that you could do. People don't like leaving a long-term relationship because now they know they got to start over. It's the time that they lost. So ideally, you, for your energy's sake, you want to be a part of good investments. You want people to say, that was a great investment spending time with that person. That was a great investment working with that person. That was a great investment being in a relationship, or it is a great investment. And you want to be able to say the same thing for yourself. Instead of partying, smoking, drinking, I invested in something else, and look at the payout. Look at the payout. Look at where I am now. That was a great investment. Now guess what? Now that I'm here, I can go hang out. I can party. I can do what I want to do. Because I invested and I put my time in certain things, I can be in Ethiopia right now. I'm in Ethiopia, Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. I can be in Ethiopia recording videos because I decided to do certain things with my time when other people were doing other things with their time. And guess what? You might get by, but you won't get away. The people that were doing all these other things with their time, now they're on a treadmill, not even a treadmill, a hamster wheel, where they have to be at a job. They have to be somewhere. They don't have the freedom to move around. And that's not indicative of every single person, but many people that I know. Now they're a slave to time because of their poor or their mismanagement of time. So now they have to be under bondage with other people or by someone else, when it's just me and the Most High, the Creator. So invest the time wisely. Stop wasting people's time. Stop that. You're committing a crime. We're going to call this a felony against humanity and against yourself. Use the time wisely, because when it's up, when it's out, that's it. So it's real in that sense, that it's limited. And it's real in the sense that it's used to gauge performance. How do we know? You're paid by your company. You're paid by the government, what they call Social Security income, or Social Security. You're paid by your company, what's called a pension, because they're gauging your performance. This person was here for 30 years. So guess what? They qualify for X amount of compensation because they used the time, they put in the time. So we have to compensate them for their use of time, which they committed themselves to this particular thing. You can do the same thing in life. You commit yourself to a marriage. You've been married for 20, 30 years. You're going to have beautiful children. You're going to have a great life. Obviously, if people are on the same accord, because you didn't waste anybody's time. But when you waste people's time, nothing good can come to you. So be upstanding, be solid, and just use it wisely, because you are being, your performance is being judged by it. Be able to get off something quick. If you see something's not working, don't stay there. If you see something's good, because the more you stay in the things that you hate, the more you work against yourself and your health. That's the key. So you invest, you do what's hard now, and you can enjoy later. You do what's easy now. You waste people's time. You waste your own time. It's going to work against you in the end. So be a respecter of people and respect their time, because their time is not yours to waste. And actually, your time is not even yours to waste, because you were given this time by the Creator, right? The master of the universe. The Creator created the universe. The master of the universe, you were given this time. When the Creator say your time is out, punch your clock. Ain't no coming back from that. Stop wasting time.